So the way I do my panels is I like to talk to everybody. I like to create a dialogue, interact, get to every question possible. I never want to leave a panel room until every question's been answered, unless they're inappropriate, and I'm like, later. But yeah, so I've been doing YouTube professionally, which is kind of weird to say, since like 2015. And let's do a quick little recap that we all know. Does anybody in here not know who I am? I don't say like, how do you not know who I am, dang it. But like, okay, that way I can give a rundown. Cool. So yeah, I do reviews of animation and cartoons and geeky stuff on my channel, and video essays and reviews. And I've been doing that professionally, like legitimately professionally, since 2017 onward. But around late 2015 and throughout 2016, that was me kind of like learning how to like, okay, I can make this hobby into a career, because I was a barista at the time. And I was, Scott here is one of my good friends. He was actually, we worked at the same Starbucks and everything. He saw the transformation happen before his very eyes. Yeah. But yeah, so that was part of the like going from hobby to career, which I think the majority of YouTubers, that's how they do it. Like, it's really rare, at least back when I was doing it. I think nowadays you got kids going to school where it's like, you want to be a doctor? No. Soldier? No. Nurse? No. I want to be a Fortnite streamer. And it's like, okay. And the thing is, you got these people who make $1 million like a month doing this. So it's like, go for it, man. And at this point, anything can be a possibility. But okay, so I honestly just want to get right to the Q&A stuff, because that's how I like to keep things moving, is like bounce off of questions about, and that way we can cover everything. So there's a Q&A mic over there. You can just line up to it, not everybody at once. And that way we can kind of just get this off the ground and let this thing kind of evolve naturally. And if you guys have any questions, like, again, don't be shy. I'm very confrontational. And and I will, but seriously, I like talking and having a dialogue between people. Hello.
Hi there.
How's it going?
Hello.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
There we go.
All right. So about having your like hobby turn into a career, right?
Yes.
Where'd you sort of get like the confidence to do that? I guess like what made you get into that transition?
Look, it was honestly just kind of stumbling into it, because like, I graduated college in 2012, political science major. I legitimately picked that major because it had the least amount of math involved. I'm serious. I was terrified of math, and I'm like, what can I do? Political science, those guys can't count. And I graduated, had like 2 years where I couldn't, well, not 2 years, a year where I was just kind of floating around after college, which is common nowadays. College doesn't really guarantee you a career like it used to. And then I got into copier sales. You want to buy a copier? This is a multifunctional printer. Did that for like a year and a half, got fired. Did that, I was a great salesman. Lots of cold calls, but the thing is, like, in life and everything you do, it pays to like at least try to find the silver lining. Go, okay, I'm stuck doing this. How can I use this to sharpen my skills? And which I guess I didn't do that well because I got fired twice, because I did another copier sales, fired. Then I did the barista stuff at Starbucks. And that was where I started talking to people who were a bit more nerdy and geeky and talk about, hey, who would win a fight? Goku or Kirby or something? Kirby would win. He'd absorb Goku and it's over. I told you. But the confidence, I mean, it's hard to say, because some folks just like, they shine with confidence. It almost seems like it comes natural to them. And then there are those who are a bit more introverted and you have to work on it like proactively. Like, okay, how can I put myself out? But I remember like in 2009, like being terrified of speaking in front of classes, like stuttering, shaking was terrifying. Practice, 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 practice. Get up there and just keep going at it, and you'll build confidence with like just by doing it repetition. You'll learn how to be better and get more comfortable with it. Kind of like with any other profession or any kind of hobby. No, I mean it's hard. It's easy to say just be confident, but like it takes work.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank.
But it is not like you.
Yeah.
What's up?
So, what gave you the idea to start a YouTube career? Like, when were you saying, like, you know what, I got an idea? for me to be like a YouTuber or something like that? Like, what gave you the idea?
So again, it's just, so much of it's just stumbling into it because like around late 2015, I started. Okay, so for those who don't know, this is the dark secret. I used to make My Little Pony videos. No, that's where that was how I got into it. Around 2012, I started making My Little Pony like video essays. I'm like, why Twilight Sparkle shouldn't have wings or whatever. And that kind of grew. It was a good springboard community to go, okay, this is how you get your feet wet with editing, recording, working with other creators. It was a good like training ground. And around 2014, I slowed down with that, where I'm like, okay, I don't really have anything else to say about ponies. But hey, ponies, that's a cartoon. There are more cartoons out there. I'm gonna bridge the gap and talk about why, like, what would be a good connection between people who are pony fans and moving it onward to just general cartoon discussions in general. And I'm like, okay, why cartoons aren't just for kids? Because that's a common thing with pony fans is like, why do you watch this garbage? It's for kids. And it's like, no, well, cartoons, not just pony, but cartoons in general get that stigma where it's like, it's not for, it's only for kids. So as far as bridging that gap, okay, I'll make this video essay. Oh, people are actually watching it, cool. And kind of running with that trend until around like early 2017, I left my barista job because I thought, okay, you know what? I get one life, let's make this count. And you just kind of take a blind leap of faith, I suppose. That was your question, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Honestly, I'm like, what was this question again?
You made pony like.
Yeah, that's the big takeaway. Yeah, you're a pony nerd. Jeez, dude. Half the audience leaves.
Damn, Saberspark, that's a big out bad.
What's that?
That's a big out bad.
I know, right? Absolutely. Thank you, dude. Hello. The mask is not covering your eyes.
Hello, Mr. Spark.
Hi.
Big fan.
Thank
All
you.
right. So my question is, I'm most interested in your demographic. Over time, did you notice a change, and did you curate your content for that demographic over time?
So a little bit, like the majority of my audience, and it still is this way, are men. And it was like, I think, like 50% female and 85% male or something. Am I doing math right? Is that right? Is it 75? No, again, political science. So, but I noticed that as I went on doing more general broad content about animation and video essays, that it's more ladies. Well, I guess whatever I don't understand YouTube demographics. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that pie slice is a bit larger now. I didn't necessarily curate it where I'm like, I have to make content that directly appeals to girls or whatever. I just go, I'm gonna make content that I think is good, and if people like it, cool. And it just naturally kind of like there was a larger female audience growing there. I'm like, cool, okay, I guess I'm doing something that's making it more appealing for other demographics, which is just, fine. Because the majority, like age-wise, is like between the ages of like 20 to like 35. That's like the main like 50% of my content. Oh, no, people who watch my content. But as far as curating it, I don't really do that. It just kind of happens on its own. Kind of just roll the die and hope that it works. It is, yeah, my Velma avatar. Thank you. I love your hoodie, by the way. All the little smirking anime girls. Oh, you dad, how dare you? You can go that far.
Hey, what's up? What do you think is or is going to be the most popular cartoon going into the 2020s, other than Steven Universe?
That's...
Like currently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Paleo, what do you think? No. What do y'all think? I'm really bad with these kind of specific questions. Cause what do you think? The kitty one, right? That looks cute as heck. Okay, word. People say She-Ra. I haven't seen that yet. Is it good? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to check it out then. I don't know. I actually feel like I need to sit down and like rewatch them. I like DuckTales. That's been really good. That's a good combination of like taking the old and combining it with the new and making something completely fresh and fun to watch.
I was thinking that because all the good shows are ending.
Is Steven Universe officially done? By the way, if we're on the topic.
There's a movie, Star just ended last week.
Okay.
And, Adventure Time and regular show ended last year.
Is it true that Game of Thrones is getting an anime?
Seriously.
I don't know, but yeah.
Joking, by the way. It's getting an OVA. All right, cool. Thank you. I'm gonna take this out.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Do you ever struggle in trying to find more obscure material to talk about?
Not really. Funny enough, anybody here ADHD? Like as far as this, just yeah, I'm textbook like legitimately not like I forget things at times. I can't concentrate. I have ADD. Like I legitimately from 8 years old, and it's like my parents are like, this kid, something wrong with him, and I've been rolling with it ever since. So for me, I go on the internet and I just go everywhere looking for stuff, and I just bookmark it, make sure I write it down, and I'm like, oh, this looks weird. I'll check this out later. And there are moments also where my friends find stuff and they're like, hey, Saber, this looks stupid. You should check it out. I'm like, done and done. So yeah,
Okay, got
just
it.
kind of throw a wide net. But the most important thing is to write it down, because if I don't, I will forget it like that. Half the universe gone like that.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Chrissy.
I'll take a s'mores frappuccino.
No, that's not in season right now.
No.
Or is it? Is the s'mores frappuccino
Yeah, it's
currently
back,
in?
man.
Okay, cool.
No, my actual question is, you moved from more retrospective content to the What the Hell series.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like feeling stuck in the kind of content pigeonhole that all creators put themselves
Yeah,
into?
that happens a lot, and that's dangerous too, because it's like you don't want to put yourself in the corner, because then your audience is used to it, and then you're like creatively bankrupt in some ways. Because like in 2016 and 17, I was doing a lot of top tens, and teach their own. If people do top tens and they're comfortable with it, like watch Mojo or whatever, then fine, do top tens of top tens. But for me, I was like, okay, I'm kind of running out of things to say. I need a better source of content that is like sustainable. I'm like, reviews, because there's never going to be an end of things to review. So I moved. That's why I did the What the Hells. And then over time, that kind of became more of like bad movie reviews. And then I'm like, wait, I got to break that cycle, because I don't want to be just the bad movie reviews. Because after a certain point, it's like, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. It's like, okay, well,
It's
what?
furry. It's
yeah,
bad.
it's furry. Let's make it furry and bad. But no, I try to make it where like I watch also weird stuff. That way it keeps it a little bit, diversity, do
Yeah,
weird, do quirky, do, bad occasionally. But just kind of add that element of variety. That way it's not just one type of content I'm reviewing. And also do the occasional video essay. So
Yeah. Also, just PSA to all people who want to be creators: pay your taxes.
yes, they don't tell you about that. I feel like a lot of us we never got taught in school how taxes. Right. It's like, here's trigonometry or whatever. And it's like, okay. And it's like, how about taxes? No. We got to learn about the Cold War now. And I'm not saying that those things aren't worth learning, but it's like the real life day-to-day stuff, like taxes, bank stuff. It's like, good luck. Thank God for Father Google. Hi.
Hello. So my question is, when bringing like YouTube or any online career from just a hobby to being more profession, what would you say is like the threshold to when you can start like relying upon it as a profession, whether it's like a number of subscribers or like something that you just like notice, or
It varies.
all right.
Very much so. Like, this is the thing about YouTube is it's not like every single person's in the same like position, because you have some folks who have an audience that's smaller, but oh my God, are they dedicated? And they will support you no matter what, and go to your Patreon and pledge to you. Like, there's some people who have like 100,000 subscribers, which is a lot. But in the grand scheme of YouTube, that's like, okay, you might be making a little bit above minimum wage, maybe, depends. But then on their Patreon, they're getting like $6,000 a month from their viewers who love the heck out of them. And it's like, dang, there you go, you're good to go. You can sustain that big time. And then you have people who are like, okay, well, I'm a like storytime artist or a let's player or whatever, which I know let's players have moved over to Twitch mostly. But like, you have to like measure your audience and know what you're dealing with. Like, okay, like for me, I was around like 150,000 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of making enough minimum wage. And even that's not even including taxes, which, there you go, more of your money gone. There's no benefits with YouTube. You have to take care of yourself, which also costs a lot of money, insurance and stuff like that. And there's no 401k if you do it on your own time. So, like, there's a lot to measure. There's a lot to consider moving forward. But if you get to the point where, okay, can I do this full time? And most importantly, if there's the momentum backing you up, I say go for it. Because, like, my big push was, like, okay, again, I only have this one life. And this is an opportunity that I want to try it. Because I was doing Starbucks at that time. And I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, I can come back here later. So it's also good to be realistic and go, what happens if if you've got like a 8 to 5 salary benefits job and you're leaving that behind, that's a bit more to consider versus like, see you at McDonald's, I'm gonna go, pursue this. Cause like, that's not as much of a drop compared, cause I've seen some folks who are like, have like big time careers and they're like, I'm quitting to go pursue being a Twitch streamer. How many followers do you have? 0. Ooh, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So I don't know how I'm going to phrase this. Do you have any idea which are the best and the worst movies that you've reviewed?
You want to come up here, Paleo? All right, so this is my friend Paleo. He's like my colleague. We've been best buds for, 2012 or so? He helps write my videos. He's also my memory.
Nice.
So I have to confer to him.
So the worst is actually the most recent video,
Yeah.
from yesterday.
So I reviewed a movie called Alibaba and the Gold Raiders. Has anybody watched? So I released that review yesterday. It was bad. It was terrible. So the movie was made in like China, and the Chinese really are a bit more weird with what they consider like a movie and what they steal from. Like there's music from Aladdin that they put in the movie, so they straight up steal from
Yeah.
Disney. They have shots that are like, here's a guy on a horse. Let's watch him walk in the desert for the next 30 seconds. I kid you not, like almost like 30 seconds. It's ridiculous. And that was one of the worst things we've ever seen. And it just abruptly ends in a fight scene, and it's just over like that.
Yeah. Before that, it was Trollland.
Trollland was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Trollland was bad. The thing is, like, because people are like, oh, wow, Josh in the Promised Land. Because I watched that, like, back in, like, early...
Yeah, that's
with-
kind of what kicked you off of doing the really, really terrible movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was, like, early 2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, wow, this is bad. But it's like, we go further down the rabbit, like, hole or whatever. It's like, nope,
Yeah.
maybe Josh was really good. And these movies are just absolute, like, trash. So it's all relative to what you're watching, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Then the best one, I'd say Ronald the Barbarian. That was
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Ronald's pretty good. It's quirky and weird.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey,
Hi.
so what's your worst demonetization story?
Okay. So y'all recall the Glob Globe Gab Galab, that giant worm meme? So that meme is from an animated movie called Stravinsky and the Mysterious House. When that meme was becoming popular, I'm like, oh, it's based on an animated show or whatever, or a movie, I'll go review it, just to give some context of what's going on. And the movie was made by this one guy named David Hutter, who, does animation on the side, and I think he was getting caught up in all the, attention he was getting for his creation, because it was, years ago, and now people are, giving him attention. He's like, oh, yeah, that's me. I made it. Come interview me, and here's my channel. And I don't blame him for that. It's riding the wave. Well, I did my review, and he took the video down, and he did a copyright strike on my channel, which 3 strikes and your channel's done. And I was like, dude, there's 1,000 other reviews. Why me? And he's like, well, I didn't like your review. And I'm like, what? Come on, dude. And it's weird because usually, with Paramount, Viacom, Disney's actually a really good sport about copyright. They're just don't. They are, surprisingly. I've never had a problem with Disney because I think they're too big to care. Yeah. Hey, that's our $2, versus Viacom, where it's like, no, that really is our $2. Give it back. So that being said, David being an individual, I get it, why he was a bit more concerned, why he wanted to take it down, I suppose. But it was confusing in the sense of there's a bunch of other reviews. Why me? So we had an agreement. I'm like, remove the copyright strike claim. I'll keep the video off my channel, and that's that. And he's like, okay. But then somebody else re-uploaded my video in its entirety, and that's still up there to this day. And I'm like, you son of a gun! That's my video. So that was pretty unfortunate. But what can you do?
Yeah. Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
You should totally watch Ben 10. It's one of the best shows on Cartoon Network.
Ben 10 fans in here? Is it good?
There.
You guys are like, it's all him. That's how you know you're a real fan. When you're like, it's all right. What's that? The first series? Okay. That was right when.
Danny Phantom of Cartoon Network.
Okay.
There's a pretty good season, a really good season, and then it goes into a fiery trash can.
Okay, as is tradition with most shows, then. Because when did Ben 10 come out? 2000, 6? That was right when I was going like around like the time where I stopped watching TV and cartoons because I'm going to college. You got no time for cartoons, so I kind of missed Ben 10 around that time, and yeah, I guess I need to go back and watch it and be like, okay, what did I miss? Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. You?
Good. I'm doing
Okay.
well.
But yeah, I have two questions.
What's
One, how long did it take for you to get viral? Like from your first video that you ever made to like today, how long did it take before you actually started realizing, holy crap, I got more followers than I normally do?
So like,
Was it the first what ruined?
I think so. It was around like I mean, listen, to go from my channel, like from the pony stuff, was capped around 60,000, and it was kind of a stagnant channel. And when I started making general cartoon videos and see those numbers keep pushing forward, I was like, oh my God, there's a pulse. Oh, it's still alive. Cool. So that was a sigh of relief. But as far as like me realizing that I'm doing something right, I think it was when I passed like 100,000, and that was like late 2015.
It wasn't even like cartoon related too. It was the Fine Brothers thing.
Oh yeah, I did like
Yeah.
YouTube drama for like a hot second, and then I saw how that was like ruining other channels, and I'm like, okay, I'm backing off of this. I don't want to get caught up in the turmoil of YouTube like drama and the beauty community or whatever. So, but no, it was around 100,000 subscribers when I got my plaque. I was like, wow, I can do this, and been running with it ever since.
Also, second question, if you could become a shark at any moment in your life.
Whale shark. Whale shark.
We went swimming with them.
Oh, dude, we went swimming with them on Thursday. It was really
Yeah.
cool. Because you can go, we didn't scuba dive because you needed a certification for that.
Yeah.
We went snorkeling on the surface, and it's so cool because the whale sharks, they're like what, like 30 to 40 feet or some of
Yeah.
them. So there's 4 of them in the tank, and these things like they'll sneak up on you. You won't even see them, because you're like Supermaning on the surface. Because I think you're supposed to like move forward slowly. Yeah, right, like with their hands out, and you're just kind of looking around. Oh, there's a manta ray, and there's a shark, and all of a sudden you look down below you, and you see this giant blob pushing you forward because their fins will hit you. Because you're not supposed to touch the sharks, but the sharks can touch you. So you have their dorsal fins coming through, and you're just like being dragged along with them, and they're just like move because they like to go on the surface.
Right.
So it was really cool. Whale sharks.
So whale shark.
Yes, they're so cute too. The little spots.
The giant ones, the giant sharks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they don't eat flesh, by the way. Well, they don't eat human flesh, but no, what do they eat?
They filter feed like plankton and
Yeah,
stuff.
like whales,
Yeah.
like, "Meh," and they just suck it in.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. I love your cosplay. Rocking it.
Hi, I'm like so excited to meet you. I'm about to pass out.
Oh, don't do that. Doctors.
How do you feel that since you're getting like super close to 1 million subscribers, how is it making you feel?
It's unreal. Again, like, I don't know. I'm just, at the end of the day, just some dorky guy who got lucky. Legitimately, like, there's no divine intervention. It's just straight up luck. I can't stress that enough. And I guess me going, okay, I got lucky with this stuff. I better run with it and see if I get lucky again. But, like, to actually realize I could break 1 million is, I don't know, it's surreal to go, wow, I can do this, you know. But again, it's because of everybody who supports it and watches it. I wouldn't be anything without you guys at all. So it's pretty surreal. Do you guys know who Black Griffin is? Yeah. So he's a good friend of mine, and he does like those YouTube impression videos, and he also did pony stuff back in the day. Yeah. But it's so funny because Gabe, like I was past him in subscribers. I'm like, yeah, because it's like in a friendly competition way. I got you. I passed you up later, skater. And then like he broke 1 million last November, and he's almost at 3 million now, and I'm like, dang it, slow down. In a friendly way, I guess. And there's no like animosity because he's like one of my best buds. But it's just funny to compete.
We got to get him out here next year.
Yeah. He'd be great. He sings. He's a beautiful singer with the voice of an angel. And bring him out to like the YouTubers like live, whatever it's called. Yeah, cool. Thank you for your question.
Well, usually I watch your stuff and I'm like, oh, nobody knows about this. It's like my own thing that I can watch and nobody has to judge me about it. But now that you're getting this popular, I'm like, I was here first. This is my
We'll always have our fun club. I don't think I'm gonna like blow up ever, like truly blow up, like in the same way of like Markiplier, which I'm okay with. Like I'm at a point in my life where I'm very content with my audience, with what I'm making from this. And if I stop today, I'd still be very happy. But if I break 1 million, that'd be really cool as well.
I actually have a question.
What?
Has anybody here like started watching Saber when he was still doing pony stuff?
Jeez, hi guys. Legacy fans.
Legacy fans.
Thank you. What do you want?
Hey, buddy.
So Scott here has been like my longest best friend and tallest best friend.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Tallest friend.
Let me switch my adjectives around. He's been friends with me since we were like freshmen in high school. And yeah, we got history. Hi.
I'm not going to bring up that history right now.
Thank you.
I have a legitimate question.
What's up?
So I love the What Ruined series. Great content. Before you guys do stuff like that, though, how much research are you putting in before you publish?
So it used to be where I was the one who did most of the research, where I'm like, okay, there's a website I go to, all right? Promise me you won't tell anybody else about it. It's called Google, all right? I go to Google, I type in, like, I don't know, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. So the way I do it is I do just throw a wide net where I just, because it's funny, the one thing I learned from Dr. Mole, our old English teacher, is how to do research for like a paper for college, which I take those tactics and I still use them to this day. It's like one of the only things I learned from college I still apply. And that is, okay, think of the topic you want to do some research, bookmark the sources, all right, then organize all your notes into an outline, refine the outline, do a rough draft, refine the rough draft. Does it make sense? Cool, go for the video. The only big thing is reading doesn't translate well into speaking, so I have to change that. But as far as the research goes, you know, Paley here helps me out. Jim, I don't know, you met him last year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jim from Pizza Party Podcast. He helps write my videos and research a lot.
Was he your other long friend?
Yeah, he's pretty long too.
Yeah.
Well, long friends. But I've been able, like this year in particular, I've been bringing more people on board with my team, like editors, people help me research. But like, I just gotta find someone who will help me do my recordings next. Can you do a Saberspark impersonation? Cool, I'm done, guys. I'm going golfing. But no, like it's a combination of like, if at first it was me, none of my friends helping me out. I pay them for their help. It's cool, like team.
So you're saying that before somebody were to publish content, they should do their research.
They should do their
If they
research.
pick something they like, they need to really research it.
Yeah, I agree. I do.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure you know what you're talking about and you sound dumb.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, you, Scott, my long
I
friend.
need to take a picture of him to send it to Race.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I still haven't met him yet.
Race might be here next year.
Yeah.
Do you all know who AC Race Best is? Yeah, like 3 of us. Yeah. He's like one of my best buddies, too. What's up, Nick?
Hi. Can you hear me here?
You sound fine.
My voice is just super loud, so I don't want to be too close to the mic.
You're perfect.
Okay, so I have a lighthearted question and a serious question. Which one should I do first, or which one should I just do and leave the other one behind?
I think you should do the dark one, because then the light one will bring us up in spirit.
All right, because I just feel like this might get a little bit controversial.
Oh, gosh. Is it? Oh, gosh. I'm ready.
Okay, so I found your channel in...
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm joking. Continue.
I found your channel in 2018, and I showed my parents and my sister, because I'm like, this guy is really cool. He's doing all these... He's like reviewing all these monstrosities of movies and whatnot. But then I noticed you were doing a lot of bad movies about furries.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he may be a furry hater. I don't want that.
No.
So I've been like trying to keep them away from seeing that stuff. I filter it because I don't want to see furry hate, because obviously you can tell. But so do you actually hate furries?
Absolutely not.
Oh, thank God.
Absolutely not. No, so again,
He's like an honorary furry now.
Right, yeah. I'm like on the council of honorary
Like
furries.
there's art of him as a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, I think it's cool. So I wouldn't say I'm a full-fledged furry at all.
Well, you don't have to be. I just want to know that you at least support us and accept us.
I'm very much so of the philosophy in life where if there's a group of people and they're just doing their thing and having fun, you do you. You know, if you want to cosplay, if you want to be a furry, if you want to do competitive gaming, I don't care. As long as you're having fun, you're not hurting other people, that's fine with me. You know, you do you, I'll do me. And the furry stuff is cool because I like anthro characters. I like the cosplay. I just wouldn't, I wouldn't go to a furry convention in particular because I'm like, there's not as much there for me to see. Like versus here, it's like, okay, they're the furries, they're having fun, neat. Hi guys. It's like seeing your family at a reunion. Hey, we don't really see each other outside the reunion, but cool, good to see you. But no, I don't hate furries at all. That's dumb.
All right, that is good. I just don't know if I should be watching that stuff as well or if I should just steer clear of it.
I'm sorry if I've given that impression, though. I think I like to rip on quirky stuff in a loving way, where it's like, this is kind of weird, and these come on, like a furry version of Noah's Ark. How could I not talk about that?
Okay, so I can watch them without
Don't
seeing
worry.
any hate. Okay,
I'm
thanks.
not gonna hate on them.
Now for my lighthearted question. Sorry if it's going too long.
No, go for it. This is good.
If you were forced to watch one of the bad movies you reviewed and tolerate it, which one would you choose?
Probably Joshua, the Promised Land. At this point, it's like my little son of terribleness. And like, I know he's bad, but he's, oh my God, it's my boy. Yeah, no. I tried finding the creator behind that, and he's like nowhere to be found. So, I just hope he knows that he made my day.
Well, I'm so happy I got up here and got to talk to you because I have been a fan since 2018.
Thank you so much.
I love your channel so much.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello there. Question.
Yes.
When you were a barista
Mm-hmm.
and doing YouTube, how did you balance both simultaneously?
So that's a challenge, like, for those who are going through the transition of turning their hobby into a career, because there has to be something to support you, usually. And for me, because I upload nowadays weekly. And when I first got into it professionally in 2017, it was bi-weekly. But when I was doing the barista stuff, it was maybe monthly. Because I didn't have the time to really, it's you can't burn yourself at both ends.
Doing 40 hours a week
Yeah.
plus
Exactly.
a hobby.
And then having a life outside of that. It's tough. It's a balancing act.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I guess my advice is to know your limits. If you feel you can get this video done in a month and you can start showcasing your stuff and seeing there's a pulse to your work, then cool. But at the same time, it's okay, I got to eat, I got to pay rent, I got to have health insurance, I got to do this stuff. But I also want to keep creating and seeing there's hope in what I'm making. So it's kind of you have to measure it out and feel it for yourself. Because some folks just crush work, both ends. But they also can burn themselves out. And if you are burn yourself out and you're done for the next 3 months or whatever,
right,
then you're just doing damage to yourself. So
cool.
It's relative to you and your life.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that a Seymour cosplay?
Yes, it is.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me now.
So, I am a huge fan.
Thank you.
So this is kind of a speculation question. Do you think that sometime in the near future, web series like Has Been Hotel will become just as popular, if not more, as cartoons on television?
Absolutely. Sorry, was that your question, or am I jumping to it? Do you have an extra part of the question?
Oh, I just wanted to know your opinion.
So I have two nieces and a nephew, and I want to actually ask the audience. So how many of you all have kids or nephews or nieces? Okay, what do they watch usually? What's their entertainment? What's their main thing they watch? YouTube, internet. How many of them actually watch cable television nowadays? Okay, it's kind of a minority compared to what it used to be. So for me, I was visiting my nieces. And it was Saturday morning, and I'm like, cool, we're going to go watch My Little Pony on Netflix, which is, even then, that's not really TV. And I just see them sitting in their, den with an iPad, and they're watching these unboxing videos. And I'm like, what? That's what you're interested in? Which I get. It's online toy,
Window shopping.
Window shopping
Yeah.
online. No, Barbies. And for those who don't know, one of the highest paid YouTube channels is this kid and his family. And they get... Is that what it is?
Yeah.
They got $1.5 million a month from this stuff. And I'm like, I can unbox toys. I can do it. Screw cartoons.
Don't forget the Johnny videos.
Yeah, right. From wonderful India and its quirky humor. By the way, I love Indian culture and their entertainment. It's so weird and fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Has Been Hotel. I think it's cool because the internet is kind of replaced the middleman.
Yeah.
Where you don't need an agent. You have to go through these powers that keep you out and play the cool, kids club. Now you can no, my content's good. I can put it on YouTube, or there's a lot more competition now, but at least it's a better venue where if you shine, you can really catch people's attention. And I think Has Been Hotel, Long Gone Gulch, things like that will, blow up on the internet, and hopefully things like Netflix can bring them on to streaming sites. So fingers crossed.
Also, P.S. You're never too old to watch cartoons.
Agreed. Yeah.
I'm a 17. I'm a 17-year-old girl, and my favorite show is OKKO, Let's Be Heroes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, very good, very good, sweet. I'm glad that. So I was reading this article about like SpongeBob, and they're talking about like, yeah, SpongeBob's really popular with adults, like really popular, because like this show didn't cater to just adults or kids. It's a fun, sincere show, and people are like, wow, I can't believe adults like this. Like, why would adults like cartoons? And the writer of the article said like, we got to get over that. Like, people keep saying, wow, adults like cartoons. It's like, what do you think? Kids make cartoons? Like, adults make cartoons. There are people, adults watch cartoons. We got to get over this idea of it's a phenomenon, for adults to watch cartoons. It's not. It's normal. Stop, not you, but like people should stop acting surprised. It happens.
Yeah. Unless it was
Dang
like,
it.
unless like,
dang it, Dad, I can like cartoons.
Unless it was like, because last night we did a panel called "Are Bronies Still a Thing?" And yeah, we were talking about that because like that was like the first one that I can be aware of that it actually felt like this is different.
It is different.
Yeah, compared to like other cartoons of like why adults like it.
It's like not pandering to kids, but it's appealing
Because
to them.
even my dad watched SpongeBob with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shout out to SpongeBob for being one of the most quotable cartoons ever made.
Yeah.
When I was driving down to Georgia with my girlfriend, we're talking about that episode with like Dirty Dan and Pinhead.
Yeah.
Because like when Patrick's like, who you calling a pinhead? Like kid me didn't really understand like who Pinhead was, but just seeing Patrick's stupid skinny head was enough to make me laugh out loud. Can I please have something to eat? No. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for liking my costume.
I love it. I actually watched the movie for the first time ever, like last year. It's amazing. I'm serious. I'm serious. It's good.
It really
Yeah.
is. I was in a...
Thank you. You're welcome. Hello.
Hi.
How are
this
you?
Is not really fun size. Sorry. Okay. Hi. So I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Well, technically, a statement and 2 questions. I am also Team Starbucks. Well, was. So I understand that life. Yeah. But my first question is, how do you handle ADHD as a content creator? Because growing up, I'm always like, ooh, I want to do this, this, and it's kind of all over the place.
He has me.
Yeah. I have my girlfriend, my honorary boyfriend. I've got I'm surrounded. So medication helps. I'm not on it currently, but medication helps. It's also important to know yourself and know like, oh nope, I caught myself. I'm gonna forget this if I don't write it down, or I'm being distracted by just browsing Twitter for the next hour. No, I've got to address. I got to be disciplined. Come down to willpower sometimes. And I mean, it really helps. Just like for any person who's got a mental illness or disorder or just being yourself. Like know yourself. Know what your strengths are and your weaknesses are. Like for me, I can do really good research, but when it comes to actually like assembling it, I struggle at times, and I have to sit down and be like, no, focus right now. Let's do this. And then I have friends who are like, really good at editing, and I get their advice. Like I know what I'm not good at and what I'm good at, and then you kind of supplement it. But yeah, medication helps.
Okay. And also my second question is, because this was more so an adult cartoon, because it was on Adult Swim back in the day. Have you seen home movies?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like legendary.
It is.
That was like one of the shows where like, okay, so
spaghetti time.
well, like I think the first real Adult Swim cartoon that caught my attention was Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
And I was under the impression that show was actually like a bunch of superheroes going out to fight. And I remember like being disappointed because I was watching like 3-4 episodes.
Yeah,
and,
it's like only the first episode they solve a mystery or whatever.
Yeah, well, because they kind of let you think, okay, maybe they do solve stuff and they fight crime. And like episode like 5, and I'm like, I don't think they ever leave their house. But then home movies is like, it's one of those shows where like the animation's kind of low budget, but the writing's on point, which is the strongest point usually of a show is good writing. Not the only, I mean, the Samurai Jack, which has good writing, but it's also very visually amazing. But no, it's my blanket. No, but like home movies is great. It's great seeing. I forget the name of the actor. Who's the guy who does Archer?
Ooh, H. John Bone.
Yeah. It's great seeing how he started as coach and
Coach
then
McGurk.
and he's Bob's, Bob and Bob's Burgers.
And now Archer.
Yeah, I love it. It's so cool. It's awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I've been a fan since your pony content.
Oh wow, so you go way back. Jeez.
Because I was through middle school. That was my obsession. Anyway.
I was in college and that was my obsession.
I have a serious question and kind of a silly question.
Fire away.
I've been using YouTube for a long time, and I'm interested in it, and I like to keep up with all the happenings in it, even though I'm not a YouTuber myself. So I just keep thinking about it, starting it as another hobby. I do not want to make a career out of it. I've got enough on my plate already.
Of course.
But starting it off as a hobby, just as something fun, what supplies, do you have any tips or anything?
It very much so depends on what kind of content you're making, because there are people who are like streamers or musicians. I mean, you've even got the people who have the hydraulic press, and
Oh, that reminds me. Like in the Charles Martinet panel yesterday, he was saying like, whatever you want to do, just do it. Don't like fret about like whatever equipment you have. Just work with what you have.
Charles Martinet is Mario.
Yeah.
That's the voice
Yeah.
of Mario and Wario, and is it Luigi as well?
Yeah.
So like that's good advice. Just go for it, because like I mean, it does pay to do homework and research. But I will tell you this right now, like people who get caught up on the technical aspects of it, like I need to have the best microphone, the best computer, the best, whatever. Those are very expensive. Like I had a $10 microphone, I had Windows Movie Maker, and I look back on that content and I'm like, okay, yeah, it was rough, but it was the springboard. It was the it's like, if you with anything we do in life that takes work. We start off not very good at it because we're new.
I had a netbook when those were a thing.
Wow. So it does. I'm not gonna say don't do research because luck favors the well prepared, but at the same time, just go for it. Especially if it's a hobby, have fun. Go out there and try it. What kind of stuff would you want to make?
Because I love to write, but being in school, because I'm going to college this summer, and being in school for so long, I'm kind of stuck writing whatever the teacher wants me to write.
Yes.
And this past semester, I wrote a paper. The teacher said write on whatever you want as long as economics related, because it was an economics class. And I wrote it on Brexit, and because the Brexit issue, and because it was something I wanted to write, I made a 99
Nice.
on the paper. And I'm like, wow, this is really something. And the sort of content I think I'd like to make is to write kind of video essays.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on a particular subject, just whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
Like Brexit,
Video essays are really popular right now. I've noticed like people like video essays seem to be kind of going through like either a growth or a renaissance. We'll see how that pans out. But yeah, video essays, I say go for it.
And I also like to, I have an interest in animation as I like to draw, so maybe I could have like a little animated avatar like you have on
Absolutely.
your show. So
I think it's great. I think the internet's full potential and lots of room, and if that's something you want to combine, absolutely go for it, and see how it pans out. See if it works out for you, and learn from it, and see what you like and what your audience likes, and you just kind of hammer it out from there.
And for my silly question, do you still keep up with My Little Pony? Because I dropped it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. To be fair, the latest episode was an episode today, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bye. No, I still watch it. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because this season's been like season 6 and 7 were kind of wonky.
No, 7 was great.
Or is it 5 and 6 were kind of wonky, right?
Yeah.
But the current season's really great. They actually got like a legion of villains right now. And it's like, sweet.
I need to pick it up again.
Is it bad that I'm like, I hope the villains kick these ponies' butts? Like,
that's pretty much what I watched the show for was watching the villains, because I love
there's some good
villains.
ones right now. I recommend it. I mean, again, people are probably like, well, that's weird, but no, it's a good show. It holds up.
So I'll catch up on it.
Well, thank you for your questions.
Thank
Good
you for your
luck.
time. Thank you.
Is it a Hasbin Hotel shirt? Very cool.
It is.
Did you show it to Viv yet? I know she's here. Like, not here right now, but she's at the convention somewhere.
Well, at the time I was wearing my latest spring Hasbin shirt.
Yeah? Nice.
I'm sure she really liked that.
Oh, she does? Okay, well, there you go. Very good.
But anyways, I've been a big fan of yours since late 2018. I think your videos are awesome.
Thank you so much.
But I really enjoy your Let's Watch videos.
Oh, yeah. Those are the ones that YouTube hates the most.
Because to me, seeing the initial reaction to a lot of things that happen in certain movies and shows, especially with a group of friends, to me can be just as entertaining as seeing the actual review.
Thank you so much. Well, for those who do,
Do you
like,
feel the same way?
I do like the Let's
Yeah.
Watches. What's cool to sit down and get the first impressions of my friends. It's unscripted because, as probably folks are wondering why my voice sounds so different compared to my videos. When I do my videos, I read off a script, what ruined blah, blah, blah. And I kind of get into this cadence versus
You
talking.
get your narrator voice.
Yeah, the history of Nickelodeon or something like that. That's like my weird like YouTuber voice because that's just how I read, and it's something I'm working on. I'm trying to break the like monotone voice, but when I talk like off the cuff, I sound a lot more natural and chilled out because I'm just going off of what I'm thinking. What was your question? Something about good.
My question was.
Oh, the Let's Watches. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's fun because also Paleo here, Hero joins, Jacksploit joins. I have some of my friends who join the Let's Watches, and it's cool also hearing what they have to say about it. I can steal their thoughts now, but like just a kind of open discussion and how terrible things can be, and also like I love riffing on stuff. I actually have a what the hell live.
Yeah,
panel.
5:30 today.
Yeah, today at 5:30. I have another panel with my buddies. We're gonna watch Donkey Ollie, which is this Christian animated show. Yeah. We're gonna watch that and riff on it live. Like it will be on the screen.
Yeah, it's in the Madness downstairs, like all the way that way.
Yeah. So it should be fun and just kind of see our initial reactions to this stuff. It's like a Let's Watch live.
I should go to that soon then.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got like 15 minutes left, so I think we definitely will make through all the questions.
Hell yeah. My daughter and I both have our own channels.
Yeah.
But we approach them very differently because I'm an adult and she's a 9-year-old.
Mhm.
We also, she's been finding an audience because she's like, but she does it very quickly. She's like, hey, Dad, I just posted this video where I opened this little stupid toy and like I already have 1,000 like views,
Jeez, dude.
Where it's like, but then I'll put like a month into a video, right? Like research and things like that. And then like, oh, I just lost 2 subscribers because of this,
Yeah.
So
that just the way.
Yeah. So my question is like, how do you go about finding an audience?
It's tough. Again, like it's cool that YouTube and the internet exist because we no longer need like agents and we don't need to. Since things are in a bit more. Okay, where am I going with this? So yeah, there's a lot more competition. It's like, okay, you want to be a streamer? Cool, make your wherever you want to play, branding, whatever. But you don't have to go to a person to do it. You just go to Twitch, make a profile, and go for it. Same thing with YouTube, making video essays.
Yeah, you kind of have to find your niche.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
And then, for me, again, My Little Pony did that for a while, had an audience, but then it kind of went stagnant, and then I switched it over to doing general cartoons. And I'm like, oh, this works, cool. I got lucky the first try where it worked. I can't say that enough. There's so much luck involved in being successful on YouTube or the internet in general. So much luck. I've seen many talented people, way more talented than me and a lot of other big people who I'm like, wow, this artist or this video essay person, they make amazing stuff. Why aren't there more viewers? And sometimes YouTube's just cruel to them. They're like, because they did not sacrifice their firstborn child to me.
Oh yeah,
Don't do that to your daughter though, okay? But legitimately though, what kind of video essays do you do?
So I have a show. It's called Geek University, and I just kind of review different geek topics that are kind of current at the time. So I did like a preview or a Marvel recap of the MCU right before Endgame and stuff like that. So things like that.
Ton of competition with that.
Yeah.
The more trendy topics you do, the lot more competition. And then you have people like Bill Wirtz who makes like the history of Japan video out of nowhere, and it's like who's gonna? His content was so him and unique and brilliant that it just stood out. And you also got things like Reddit, which if Reddit picks up on something. Because I think they kind of look for things that are not as trendy, but a bit more particular. But also, even then, that's still hard to do and get noticed by them. I feel like I don't have a really good answer.
No.
It comes down to just straight up luck. Like your daughter doing the unboxings. There's an audience for that.
Yeah, toy unboxings are like really popular because kids will look up the toys they want, and then they'll see like unboxings. It's like window shopping, like we said earlier.
But those viewers,
she's been live blogging the con.
9-year-old live. She's not past me.
Yeah, she's picked up like 100 subscribers just this weekend doing that.
Dude, your daughter's hustling and getting work done. She's like, Dad, this is not a convention, it's a conference. I got work to do. We'll catch up later, Dad. And you're like, no. Let's go play some video games in the game hall. Dad, I got work. I got places to be. That's really cool, your daughter. I mean, you should be onto something. So yeah, the unboxing stuff though, there's a duality to it all. Bigger audience, but they're not as faithful. Versus, like I said earlier, the Warhammer, people who follow those very niche channels. Did I mention that earlier? Was it this panel I mentioned that?
No.
Was it another panel? So yeah, one of the channels I follow, it's like a Warhammer 40K channel.
Yeah.
And they don't have like gangbuster numbers, but the viewers that they do have are very dedicated, and those are the ones who like go on your Patreon and support the heck out of you too. So yeah, just kind of finding a balance and seeing what works for you. I wish you the best of luck though.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello there. Yes, I'd like to know, with all the really terrible animated movies you've watched and reviewed, would you still consider Food Fight to be the worst of them?
So I never reviewed Food Fight.
Probably not.
But I've seen it though, and it's pretty bad. Like, yeah, it's though I've seen worse. I think Trollland's worse.
Oh yeah, like a lot of the stuff you've reviewed is way worse.
Yeah, because I review stuff that's getting to the point where it's like, does this even count as a movie at this point? Like Trollland, for those who haven't seen it, you've got characters who are like, their arms, like the models are clipping through and moving like this throughout the screen. It's like, what the heck? But Food Fight's pretty dang bad.
I mean, like, for years, Food Fight was considered, like, the worst animated movies, but after less the stuff, you were like, are you sure about that? I mean...
Wait, one more time?
Like, I mean, Food Fight for years was considered, like, the worst animated movie of all time, but stuff you reviewed, I mean, are you sure about that?
I don't consider Food Fight to be the worst, though.
Because people have always said that.
People are wrong. No, I think it's a good entry-level bad movie. So I love watching bad animated movies because I want to see how quirky and weird and potentially how like the people who made it are like, whatever, just make it. That's fun to watch. It's so bad it's good. And Food Fight's a good movie to get into that. But again, I've seen worse. Like, not like, oh, I've seen worse. But more of like Trollland. That's terrible. The Alibaba movie we recently reviewed. Little Lion's pretty bad. You know, there's some really bad, What's Up, the Asylum animated films like Cargo and Izzy's Way Home. Awful, terrible movies that are worse than Food Fight, in my opinion.
Okay.
There's a lot worse out there, folks. I'm sad to say that, but there's a lot of garbage out there. Thanks. Thank you. Though I might review Food Fight someday. We'll see. People keep requesting it. I've pulled back because so many people have reviewed it, like JonTron and a lot of big channels who don't even like do movie reviews reviewed it. So I'm kind of letting it, marinate before I catch up. Hi.
Hi. This is, I'm really nervous.
Don't worry about it. We're all friends here. Except for this, I don't like this guy.
No, I was just like, when you were going to be here at MomoCon, I was like, that gave me motivation to actually get here and go here, buy tickets and see you.
Aww.
Honestly. And like, I don't know when I started seeing your channel, but like after just seeing it a lot, I just laughed so much that
Thank you.
like, it's really funny. And I show it to my brother too, and we're just really funny. We have all the jokes.
No, it's
with
so,
it.
man. Thank you.
I'm kind of nervous, and I had to write down my question. And this is just kind of random, because I just wanted to be up here to be like, hey.
Hi.
So,
Thank you so much for watching this. Seriously, that means so much to me. Like, that'll never get old. It'll always hit me. Where's my heart? Yeah, hit me in my heart.
yeah. Okay, my question is, if you had the chance to make an animated show, what would it be about? Just wondering.
So I do this a lot, and I'm sure a lot of folks do this too. You ever just drive and listen to music and make up your own story to said music? Yeah,
Sorta.
I love doing that. I remember, like, I think that's what Fantasia is basically based on, whereas like you listen to music and you just put visuals to it. But like, this is tough because I like daydream, but I don't write it down. I would like, so like, there's that one movie called like, what, Alpha? Not Alpha and Omega, no. But it was like the one with like a caveman hanging out with a wolf.
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
showing,
yeah,
like,
that was great.
The bond between the first wolf and how like that would lead eventually to what, our domesticated dogs. I'm like, it'd be cool to do a little mini series about that where like you got the standoffish wolf and caveman.
I mean, Gendy's doing that caveman thing.
Yeah,
on Adult Swim.
Primal.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be the same thing, but like something
Yeah.
like that where just these two have to get along in order to survive, and you see how that's like the first time humanity and canines were really starting to bond. I think that'd be a cool series, kind of in the same vein of Samurai Jack. Though again, Primal from Gendy, who made Samurai Jack, that might be, I don't think specifically yet, but close to it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I want to do one about, like, I'm very inspired by Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones, where I would like to have like a girl knight who has to like put up with a bunch of other like crappy, like, you can't be a knight, you're a girl. And I don't know, I don't want to tell anymore. I'm just nervous. But I might, like, something I want to do in the future is start doing more like animatics and my own little stories. Like, okay, this isn't, my thoughts aren't developed enough. You can see it's very much so in the phase of like just daydreaming. So I'll just stop with the dog and the wolf and caveman thing for now. But in the future, that is on my radar to where I want to actually release like animatics on my channel and do stuff like that. So we'll see.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for asking, though.
I was just asking because, like, in the future, I really want to do that. I want to make a show, a comic, or just like some of my art to just be out there because I'm always writing stories and like I'm supposed to I'm drawing a lot too.
Good.
But just hearing your point about stuff, it just made me just think, like you said earlier, just post it, just
Yeah.
put it there, and yeah, that's all.
Just go for it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, these will be our last 3 questions, and then we'll be good to go. He has returned. Alaska.
Yes, Mr. Spark. Second question.
Yes.
So, it's actually a two-parter. The first is, what YouTubers do you stop everything to watch? Like, if you have like multiple YouTubers that you watch, and who influenced you the most in your content?
So early on, as far as influencing goes, like, does anybody know who Day 9 is? He does like StarCraft back in the day. He's not really as much mainstream as he used to, but he was a great content creator. He still streams on Twitch, and he does like StarCraft and Magic the Gathering card game stuff. He's got an amazing work philosophy and work ethic, and I look up to that. And it's weird because I pass him up in subscribers on YouTube, and I'm like, this is weird. I feel like I don't deserve this. But just his work ethic was very inspiring early on about how he had a healthy approach to viewers and treating them like family and never losing sight that he too is like one of the people. And it's something I always want to make sure to maintain. 'Cause I see some people have massive egos. What was it like? Some YouTube convention, some guys like...
It was at TwitchCon.
Yeah, some guy was like, yeah, I think I'm better than most of my viewers.
I watched that.
Well, and they're like, how many subs do you have? And he was like, what, 100?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on. Like, you have 100 subs and you're talking that kind of game? Real? And what was the first part of the question?
The second
who
part
do I watch?
Who do you
Red
like?
Letter Media. I love
yeah.
Red Letter Media. Those guys are great. They do some great reviews and whatnot. And then, I think those are the main guys who I drop whatever I'm doing. I'm like, I gotta watch their videos.
I prefer Wisecrack.
Wisecrack, okay.
And since my question is ended, I'd recommend if you haven't watched Legend of Korra, it's definitely a palate cleanser with all the terrible media that you watch.
Absolutely. Good old Korra.
If you haven't watched Legend of Korra, highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Second to last. Let's do it.
Hey, Saber.
Hi.
It's been a few years. I recall in 2013, you had to deal with some stalkery, kind of creepy fans.
I'm trying to think who that is. 2013?
Thunderblue. Does that ring any bells?
Oh my gosh!
I just wanted to ask, have you had anyone else like that?
We've actually been searching for Thunderblue.
Oh, he still tries to message me.
He's
what?
Like 3 years ago. Yeah.
He what? He contacted us again. He's still Thunderblue is one of the most mysterious beings I've ever met in this world. Yes, no, I kid you not. So Race Best and I talk. So Thunderblue, for those who don't know, he's in the pony fandom. He's really quirky, and we don't ever want to ever give up the notion that we're like bullying this person because we're not. It's just more of like, okay, we'll interact with you. And like early on, he was very on fire with talking to other like bronies and he'll kind of interview you. And again, we're trying to be friendly. I think he's on the spectrum. Again, just we're not bullies here. We're not. But Thunderblue, he kind of fell out of the limelight for a while. I'm like, we don't know whatever happened to him.
He was famous to us.
But yeah, he's famous. We talked to him like he's like, have you heard of Thunderblue? Like it kind of got reversed where we started like wondering what happened to him. We found he's got an active channel. We went to a convention in Chicago last year and the year before.
Windy City PonyCon.
He was there, but we didn't know where he was. He's got these vlogs in the hallway where he's walking past us. I'm like, wait, that was him?
Yeah,
we've never. So it's like, dang it, there he was. We almost got him. And it's like Bigfoot.
Yeah,
really.
his conversations were like, I was going to go to some panels, but I don't have any money. I was like, you don't have to pay for panels.
Yeah, he walked up to the panel. He's like, can't afford that. And it's like, dude, that's free. You paid for it already.
I found his. I can't mention it, but I found his private Facebook because he tries to message me from there. So all it is just him captioning this. I don't know what it's called. It's some kid show with CGI puppies. It's just him like making adult captions for that.
I saw that he does it on his channel.
For Paw Patrol?
Yes.
Yeah, Paw Patrol.
Again,
he has some interesting feelings about it.
I changed my answer. Not Red Letter Media. Thunderblue is the channel I put down when I'm doing the watch. But again, I am so fascinated by his content because he's one of the most sincere, genuine, individual creators I've ever met.
He's a
Not met,
genius.
watched, because I still want to meet him, but I don't want to deliberately meet him. Like, it's a challenge. I want to catch him. Like, there he is. So yeah, it's kind of you know a fun game. But again, never ever anywhere close to bullying ever. But more of a, if we ever do cross paths, hey, Saberspark. I'm like, Thunder Blue, sweet, hi. So we'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
And the last
last one.
question.
I've only been a fan of your content for like 2 years, and now that I learned about that, I'm a little concerned.
It's all good. It comes
Yeah.
with the territory.
Okay, so I can't think of what exactly your longest video is, but I'm currently working on a video that I'm expecting. It's kind of like a build up. There's this one game coming out that I'm really interested in.
What game?
It's called I, the Somnium Files. It has an ARG going on right now, and I'm doing a summary of like, here's everything that happened in like detail and whatever. And I'm expecting this to be my longest video, and a lot of just how, at the moment, the script I have right now is like 18 pages long.
Dang.
This is going to be my longest video, and I'm just kind of stressing out just by all the work that I'm gonna have to do.
Pace yourself. Don't like pace yourself definitely, and don't like overwhelm yourself. If it's a long video, that's okay. I do know that short is usually better as far as keeping people's attention. But yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck with it.
Well, thank you. And also, where are you in JoJo right now?
I just got a Jotaro.
Jotaro, okay, yes.
So it's
that's where it starts to get a little different, but it gets really good from there.
People, thank you so much for coming out to the panel. I appreciate the heck out of you. It means a lot to me. I know I have an autograph set.